All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
That did age well? I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to another episode of That Didn't Age Well. If you are new to this channel and new to this series, on this series we highlight hypocritical and lying politicians, mainstream media, and celebrities and entertainers. And on today's episode, we have a mixture of all of that. We have some baseball scandals. We have Joe Biden, of course, Governor Cuomo, and Lori Lightfoot, mayor of Chicago. We have quite a bit of her. And the Pelosi's, of course. They just made another seemingly insider trade that netted them millions of dollars. And nothing's going to happen to them. Before we get to today's list, we have a couple new podcasts up over on Zedcast and another one coming here soon. We are closing in on 100,000 subscribers over on the YouTube channel. So after this video, please go check that out. And for anyone new here, if you like these videos, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now, on to today's list of things that didn't age well. Number 10. Going back to the intro, these are the types of things, the rhetoric that Michael Avenatti was spewing when he was seemingly going to run for president. In late 2018, he tweeted, "Donald Trump Jr. will be indicted before his birthday on 12/31/18. If you doubt my prediction, please check my record over the last 7 months. #winning." We know that didn't happen. But here's how highly regarded he was as a presidential candidate by the left, and here he is on The View.
Lately, to me, you're like the Holy Spirit. You are all places at all times, right? I mean, I do. I see you all over cable news. I see you. You know, there is a seat available if you want to be a co-host at The View. You might, there's people here you can pitch.
The Holy Spirit. These are the kind of analogies they were making. And obviously, it did not age well, as Michael Avenatti was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for attempting to extort Nike. You said you liked handcuffs.
All of my sexual fantasies involve handcuffs.
So maybe this is a good place for you. I don't know. Number 9, the mayor of Chicago. She's going to be on this list a couple times today. But just a flashback to when Trump was going to go into Chicago and help with the crime there. This is how she responded.
"Under no circumstances will I allow Donald Trump's troops to come to Chicago and terrorize our residents."
Refusing help to get the insane crime rate under control in Chicago. But now, under Biden, this is her tune. Chicago mayor asks Biden for help after bloody July 4th weekend. So, because you don't like Trump, you won't take his help. But now that Orange Man is gone, you will take federal help. Makes sense. Number 8. The mainstream media has pushed this SJW wokeism for the last couple years now. For example, places like the Washington Post, writing articles like this. Perspective. Calling food exotic reinforces xenophobia and racism. Yes, they are redefining our language and they are saying certain words are bad and racist and xenophobic. This is what they're pushing. This is from the mainstream media. But that didn't age well because this is you, Washington Post. This is your xenophobia. Grain-free, exotic dog food linked to heart disease. Rules for thee, but not for me, Washington Post. How racist of you, using the word exotic to describe food? Unbelievable. Xenophobic. Number 7. There are a separate set of rules for politicians and American citizens. We know this. For example, this last week, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband cashed in on big tech just as Congress was set to pounce. And before Congress announced some very big bills that sent certain stocks soaring, on June 18th, Paul Pelosi bought 4,000 shares of Alphabet, among a few other transactions. This netted the Pelosi's $5.3 million right before the government announced their plans. You know, it's so crazy how this always happens with the Pelosi's. How coincidental. It's almost like Paul Pelosi has access to information that the rest of us don't. I mean, why does this keep happening? Buys a bunch of Tesla options, a bunch of Tesla stock. The government announces they're about to buy a bunch of electric vehicles. It's just weird how this always happens. Crazy coincidence. To be fair to the Pelosi's as well on this, it's not just Democrats. Republicans do this too. And guess what happens to all of them? All of these politicians, when they do this, they insider trade. Or, I'm allegedly insider trade. Nothing happens to them. But if you did that, you'd probably get in big trouble. Number 6, the Dodgers just visited the White House for winning the World Series last year. And in this visit, Biden told a story to the team and to the press, and this is what he said. Peak Biden story. POTUS is now regaling the LA Dodgers at the White House with a story about him at the second congressional baseball game when he says he hit the ball 368 feet off the right center field wall. My kids remember that, he adds. The problem with Biden's story is in that game, he actually went 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. And, maybe he just thought it was the wrong one, but according to Zach Parkinson, in 1975, the year after that game that he said he was playing in, Biden was so good he got stuck in traffic and didn't start. Joe, I don't think you hit the ball 368 feet. I just don't think you did. Somebody check on Joe. Get him to bed early. He needs a break. His brain's overheated. Number 5. And speaking of baseball, we have to go to Major League Baseball for this next example. And their recent scandal, their pitching scandal. Pitchers putting stuff on the baseball to make it spin faster. Well, one of those pitchers was Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole was one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball before this. But now after the scandal, when a lot of these pitchers are no longer using sticky stuff on the ball to make it spin faster, this is how it has affected his game. Drastically worse. And I had to put this example in here because it's the Yankees. Screw the Yankees. I'm sorry, Yankees fans. I'm not sorry. And a more serious baseball example. The NCAA just kicked a team out of the College World Series for positive COVID tests. NCAA statement from Division I Baseball Committee. The NCAA Division I Baseball Committee has declared the Vanderbilt-NC State Men's College World Series game scheduled for Saturday, June 26 at 1 p.m. a no contest because of COVID-19 protocols. Gotta follow the protocols, guys. Even though there's asymptomatic people, the rules, this red tape, you gotta follow it no matter what. So they literally kicked NC State out of the College World Series. They did that to a team. And then right after that, they bragged about this. Look at this. NCAA baseball bragging about 21,883 people in attendance. What a tone-deaf thing to tweet. A shame on NCAA baseball. Shame on them. Kicking a team out or because of the protocols, but then you jam all these people in here. Did you test all those people? You know they don't got COVID? You're going to kick them all out if one tests positive? You're going to cancel the whole World Series? This is insane. But I expect nothing less from incompetent leadership. And we've seen this over and over and over again through this entire pandemic. Number 4. Of course, on July 4th, you had people protesting America, protesting the flag because of this awful place that we live in. The sins of the past. We have to feel bad for them. We can't move forward. We have to be slaves to this past. And we have to change everything going forward because of that past, even though none of us were there and did those things. An example of this was this tweet that went very viral from Lakota Man. Hey, America, F you for desecrating our sacred mountain. But Lakota Man doesn't even know the history of this region and the Lakota people, because the region that Mount Rushmore is in has been inhabited by Native Americans for almost 10,000 years. The Arikara arrived in the Black Hills about 1500 AD, followed by the Cheyenne, Crow Kiowa, and Pawnee. However, when the Lakota arrived in the 18th century, they drove out the other tribes and claimed the land for themselves. The land soon became sacred to the Lakota Sioux, who called them Paha Sapa, which means hills that are black. Wow, so the Lakotas actually desecrated a 10,000-year history of inhabitants on that land. That's crazy. What kind of punishment did the Lakota tribe have to suffer now? I can't believe they did that. That's just crazy. Wow. Number 3. Also on 4th of July, you probably saw that the White House was bragging that they saved you and me and everyone around you 16 cents on barbecue supplies. And this is real. Look at that. The cost of 4th of July cookout in 2021 is down 16 cents. 16 cents. And I just want to remind you what Nancy Pelosi said under Orange Man about $1,000 for individuals.
Crumbs that they are giving to workers to kind of put the schmooze on is so pathetic.
That's right, she called it crumbs. So I wonder what she thinks about 16 cents. But here's something that Biden and his team left out. Gas prices hit 7-year high as stations run low on fuel ahead of 4th of July. 7-year high, and likely headed much, much higher. We will see. Higher than any time under Orange Man, and they had the nerve to brag about 16 cents. Number 2. On these lists, we always compare how the media treated Trump versus how they treat Biden. And here's a great example. This stupid ice cream example. Now, every time Biden goes into an ice cream shop, we have to hear about it. This journalism, this grade A journalism we have. It's amazing. It's amazing, and here's how they treat him.
President Joe Biden ended his trip to Michigan with a trip to a local ice cream spot. He ordered vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips in a waffle cone and made sure to get 2 scoops.
And these ice cream headlines pop up weekly, it seems. He's always getting ice cream, and the media just loves it. They love it, and they make sure that you guys know about it. He's just a regular, everyday guy, likes 2 scoops of ice cream. But when Trump did the exact same thing, this is how they treated him. Donald Trump is a big boy president who gets more ice cream than everyone else. President Trump, while eating dinner in the White House, gets 2 scoops of ice cream while everyone else gets 1. Biden gets 2 scoops. Oh, playfully Joe. Oh, that's just Joe being Joe. Orange Man gets 2 scoops. He's the devil. Will you ever trust the media again? Let me know in the comments. Number 1, the media, clearly biased, controlling the narrative and treating Trump one way, treating Biden another. And now we go on to the politicians who try to control the narrative as well and lie in the face of facts. Here is Lori Lightfoot, and here's something she recently said at a press conference.
Crime is not out of control in our city. In fact, crime is on the decline. All of our major indices showed a decline in crime, and our homicides and our shootings year over year are down. That's a fact, sir. And you, sir, I was polite and allowed you to spew your rhetoric, which is offensive to me and others, but I'm trying to be polite and professional and answer your question. But if you want to write your own narrative and irrelevant to what I'm going to say and what the facts are, then we'll just move on to the next reporter. Heather Sharon.
Here are the actual facts. This is from the Chicago Tribune. Here's homicides so far this year. As you can see, higher than any time in the previous 9 years.
And our homicides and our shootings year over year are down.
So that begs the question, what is she looking at? What are the facts that she's looking at? Crime is not going down. It's clearly going way, way up at all-time highs, decade highs. But this is what sleazy, slimy, manipulative politicians do. They try to control the narrative. And many of you have probably heard this term because it's been thrown around a lot in the last couple years, but this is the definition of gaslighting. Gaslighting is the systemic attempt by one person to erode another person's reality by telling them that what they are experiencing isn't so, and the gradual giving up on the part of the other person, as defined by Dr. Robin Stern, author of The Gaslight Effect. As goes the saying, if you repeat a lie often enough, it will become truth. And this is what they do. This is what politicians do to try and control the narrative. They get up, they have the power, they have the microphone, and they say something over and over and over and over again. Finally, people just give up. You know what? Screw it. Maybe that is the truth. And this is what they do. Another example of this is Governor Cuomo, who recently said, we want to do with gun violence with what we just did with COVID. And we know by the statistics, by all of the old people that died in nursing homes because of Governor Cuomo's laws, that it was a disaster in New York. The numbers say this, but he's doing his best. He wrote a book patting himself on the back, gaslighting his voters, telling them one thing to be true in the face of actual truth. A lot of people fall victim to this because of the appeals to authority, logical fallacy. Places of authority are supposed to be leaders. Chicago mayor, the governor of New York, the scientists, the experts. These are all authority figures in our culture. So when you hear them say something, it should be truthful, right? Why would they lie? Why would they try to gaslight you? This is a powerful position, an authority position. And a lot of people fall victim to that because there's no way they would lie. How they would never do that. They're obviously telling the truth. They're not. This is what a lot of politicians do. And not just Democrats, by the way. You guys know that I'm way more conservative. I vote a lot more for Republicans, but they are just as guilty of this as well. This is what politicians do. The game is control the narrative. Control the narrative, win the most votes. That's the game. Unfortunately, and this is what we have come to, lying in the face of facts, of reality. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you think about these gaslighting politicians? This very hypocritical and two-faced media? Let me know what you think down in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
Idiots.